Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Birds of Prey. I went into this film with, I'm going to be honest, really low expectations. Spin-off of Suicide Squad. Didn't like Suicide Squad that much. When it comes to the marketing of Birds of Prey, wasn't a big fan. Really wasn't. With a lot of things that Margot Robbie was saying, that Ewan McGregor was saying, it didn't seem like it was going to appeal to me. So Margot Robbie was saying, you know, it's a really heavy sort of feminist film. Ewan McGregor was saying heavy feminist film with what he described as everyday misogynism, which, when you're throwing around things like that, puts me off a little bit, I'm going to be honest. So I went into this film with really low expectations. However, saying that, I kind of enjoyed it. It was alright. Wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. Some of the good things, Margot Robbie, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. She was really good in Suicide Squad as Harley Quinn. Probably the only good thing about Suicide Squad. She keeps that up with this. I can understand there's a little bit of criticism where it's called Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. It's not really a Birds of Prey film. It's more like a Birds of Prey prequel, mostly about Harley Quinn. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, I've got some issues. So when it comes to directing, some of the shots I thought were really beautiful, and the cinematography especially was fantastic. I really liked it. It was incredibly colourful, which is kind of going what DC wants at the moment, to get away from that dark, dingy kind of Snyder-esque kind of take on things. This was really bright, really colourful, really vibrant, and it fit really well with the characters. You know, with the fact that, I'll get into that in a minute, with Harley Quinn. With the writing was okay. There were some really strong moments of the writing. There were some weak bits of the writing, I'm going to be honest again with that. Let's start with the strong bits. It wasn't a complete linear narrative, and I really enjoyed that aspect. You start off with Harley Quinn talking over an animation of her backstory, and she talks to the point of where she got to sort of today within the scope of that film. And because it's her talking through the events of the film, she's either, I don't want to say misremembering, but she's not getting them in the right order and things like that. So she's chopping and changing, and I really enjoyed that aspect because it kind of really does fit with the character. She's a little bit kooky, so she's obviously not going to get things perfectly linear. So that I really enjoyed. There are, however, some drawbacks to the writing. And again, for me, when you have a villain like Black Mask, really interesting villain, and Victor Zsasz, especially Victor Zsasz, he's not one that I know loads about in the comics, but it's one that I really wanted to see portrayed really well in the films, because I think he can be terrifying. He really can. And they felt really two-dimensional. And in Ewan McGregor's Black Mask, worse than two-dimensional. He started off a little bit camp, a little bit gay, and he towards the end, for me, it seemed like a gay stereotype, and it seemed really over the top. So that, I didn't like it that much for that. It should have been just kept as a constant, really. Again, Zsasz, yeah, like I said, they're two-dimensional characters. They're not doing much, and in terms of why they're doing the things that they're doing, it is literally just they hate women. And that's a bit of a disappointment. That's why they're really two-dimensional. It's some of the best heroes and some of the best villains in film are the ones where you can really understand where they're coming from. I really liked Zod in Man of Steel. Brought up fully understanding that you didn't have a choice, you know, you were in certain roles, and then he comes across Kal-El who breaks from that mold, and he doesn't like that. You got someone like Zemo from Civil War, and that's Marvel, but he wanted to destroy the Avengers from the inside because of what he did to, or what they did to his family. And those are the characters that you can kind of go, oh, I can really understand where you're coming from. I don't like it, but I understand. So when you've got a character like Black Mask and he's just saying he just doesn't like women, it's really two-dimensional. There is no depth to the character, unfortunately. So that was a real, I won't say missed opportunity, it was just poor writing in what I feel. To some of the other aspects, obviously Margot Robbie and Ewan McGregor have said it's like a feminist film, and there is a certain amount of aspects to that. One which that I did really see that wasn't as obvious is in the scene where Harley Quinn goes into a police station, and apparently there is some female police members there. I didn't see any, and it was just very, very easy for her to defeat them all. And it's a little bit kind of, again, it's either poor writing or poor casting. In this day and age, when you've got so many people talking about diversity, when you have a police station that if there is female members of the police there, I didn't see them, so I can only assume it was 99% male. So really pushing essentially like a man-hating thing, which is a massive shame, because you add that with the fact that something that I did like with the writing was when loads of characters that are coming after Harley Quinn, she breaks them down into who they are and what their grievance against her is. And with Black Mask, there was loads, but one of them was for having a vagina, and it just seems really lazy. And that's just not what I want from a film. I want to enjoy it. I want it to be good. I know not every film is going to be written perfectly. Not every film is going to be like a Joker. You know, not that I have issues with the writing in Joker, because it's just taking of a few other films, but it makes you think. So it's not every film is going to be like that, but this seems lazy to the point of really pushing that agenda, which is a shame. It really is, because for me that's when I turned off a little bit, and like I said, I was really enjoying it up to that point, and at that point where it's the grievance having a vagina, I was like, oh, come on, no, started so well. But anyway, despite those what I'd call is sort of like slight hiccups, overall I did really enjoy the film. I thought it was pretty well acted. The actors were okay, apart from Margot Robbie, who was just outstanding. She was fantastic. She has been in the past for Harley Quinn, and I kind of wanted to continue the role. I really, really do. Writing, again, some aspects are really good, some a bit lazy. Cinematography, just amazing. I really, really loved how colourful it was. Same with the direction and some of the shots, some of the angles. It was pretty well directed. I mean, there was nothing that made me think the director was poor. So yeah, sort of good job really. For me, the standout moment is probably the beginning. There is a beginning animation that I thought was just genius. It was really enjoyable, and it was just a lot of fun. And it kind of did set the tone. It was a really bright animation, so it set the tone for how bright and colourful the film was. And you know, it's a bright, colourful film. It is violent, and it's kind of fun. It's all right. Like I said, I had low expectations going in, so that probably helped. But if you enjoy the DC stuff, you're probably going to enjoy this. If you have massive problems with those kinds of political messaging, I hope they don't put you off that much. It put me off a little bit, but I still enjoyed it. You know, it's without a doubt, it's not the worst DC film. It's definitely not the worst. It's not the best. I wouldn't rush out to see it again, but I had a good time. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you've watched Birds of Prey, if you're gonna watch Birds of Prey, do you want to watch Birds of Prey? The theatre was pretty empty when we went to see it, so I'd be curious to know what everyone's thoughts are there. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next video.